Yeah, so I said we are going to recreate the Shout flyer. Let me get the files for you. So there's the mockup. I'll get the mockup for you, but then I will show you how to get the mockup itself. Okay. So I've sent the names of the fonts on the page, and I'm going to take us through how to download and install these fonts. So let's get started. So as I said the other time, if you want to download the fonts, you don't necessarily have to know the fonts websites in your head. You just have to, what you need is the name. So you just have to enter the name, then you're good to go. So download, let's start from the first one. Then copy the name and paste and add the fonts. You see. So there's the font. So you download. Let's download it. I have more strats already. But then if you still want to download it, you can paste it here. Monstrat is a font with a lot of members. Okay. Monstrat is just a family name. That's why you can see Monstrat font family. So if it's your first time installing the Monstrat, make sure that you install the family so that you get all the other members. This is what I mean by family. Let me just type something. So let's go to um, so you see when you get to the when you get to the weight section, you see you have monstral thing italic, extra light italic, blah blah blah. So black. Then I think you have another monstrat alternative or something like that. Yeah. So there's the other one. So when you download the when you download the family pack, you are supposed to get the regular monstrat, then monstrat alternative. You should get both of them. Okay. So that's why it is advisable to download the monstrat family. Then from the new roads. I think the new roads I've sent it to the page already, but then if you still want to download it, you can still download. Um, yeah. So you can download it from this site or any other site. I think no two is in a family. So we have to make sure that you are downloading the family. See, we have a lot of notes here. Yeah. Then the last one, the Sun board. See, you see, I'm not using a website. I just enter it into Google. Google will extract the website that you can get the phones for you. Yeah. So Sunroll phones, same. We download and we install. So I'm using IDM, so I just have to open IDM and get my files. Open for yeah. So this I already have the monstrats, then the new ones. That's why I didn't download them. But then if you don't have them, you can download them. You should download them. So let's extract. So first you extract the fonts. So all the fonts will be here. Then you see they are just two. But then maybe um, you downloaded the monstrat family and all those stuff. So you can't be installing them one by one. That's why I taught you how to install workflows. So to install walkthroughs, you can just type the extension of the phone. So dots. The other time I said we have, I think, 3 font extensions: dot .ttf, dot .otf, then dot .woft. Yeah. So you just have to know them. So dot .ttf. Then you see the font and you install them. You select everything, right click, install. Your font will be installed for you. It's as simple as that. Now that you have our fonts, let's begin. Also, also,
Yeah, Sammy.
yeah. Do you have the main flyer, the PSD for the main flyer? Because
Yeah,
we will need the artist, their
yeah.
images.
Should I send it to you?
Yeah, send it to me on Telegram.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's start by identifying the elements of design on the flyer. As I said, if you want to recreate a new flyer, you should be able to identify the elements. The moment you're able to identify the elements of design on the flyer, you are almost, let's say, 60% done the whole thing. So we have the logos. So all these are images, these are text, this is your shape, these are images, these are images. This thing element here is an image. Then there's a text that presents text. So ideally this is supposed to be a test, but then it's a mock-up. You see, it looks shiny. Yeah, it's a mock-up. So I'll show you how to download mock-ups and also how to edit mock-ups. Yeah. Then these are all tests. These are all tests. So this is a shape. Then this stuffs in it, the texture in it, they're all shapes. This after is a picture. A sequence set use a picture. These are all tests. There's a shape. You get it. So so far as you've been able to identify the elements of design on the flyer, you should be able to design it easily. Okay. Um, so I think let's start with the shafts. Let's start with the shaft design itself. So it's a mock-up test. Okay. So let me get it for you. So it's the mock-up. I'll send the mock-up to the page. Let me send it to the page of the file is a little bit huge. It's like 240 megabytes. Yeah. So let me show you how to download how I downloaded it. How to download. Yes, use our browser. So how to download? Just let's say 3D test mockup. So download 3D test. Then press enter. You see, I didn't give you a site. Some people will be asking, where do which site do you download the mockup? If I give you sites, I'm limiting you. If I give you sites, I'm just limiting you because there are some mockups you wouldn't put it on certain websites to get it. But then if you search it generally, you're going to get a lot of websites. Okay. Then you leave here, you come to images so that you would actually have how the mockup looks like. Okay. So you can see this one flip it. So um, as time goes on, you'll learn that free pick have free. Some of their mockups are free, and others too are paid mockups. You get it? There are other sites like Fictacy, see. On Blast is a free site. Yeah, so for On Blast, all their mockups are free. We have mockup free. That one too. I think most of their mockups are free. There are lots of websites that you can get free mockups. And lots of websites. So, so let's check this one. I think this one looks like the shout. As I said, see. So there's a paid website. There's a paid website. But I don't see really be really worried about these paid websites. So you can copy their title, then you search for it. Now, from last us giving us a framework. I think Great Picture has given us. The, this is a golden mockup. So let's for free. You can download it for free. For on Blast, most of their mockups are for free. If you need a lot of mockups, so you come to on Blast, most of their mockups are for free. Then let's check it. It's for free. I know this one's for free. So I think we can download this. Okay. So now we've downloaded a mockup. There's, I think, okay, there's not for free. There's a premium. There's premium. Let's check other sites. This is free. Let's check this. For Behance is it's a digital portfolio. Behance is a digital portfolio, so sometimes can get free mockups. The other times you have to go and buy them because it's someone's actual work. Let's copy the site and paste and see. Ideally, you just need to do one mockup, but then I'm just showing you how to get mockups from the various sites. Okay. Person already done created the mockup. And go like we are good to go. We have like two we can use here. So I would copy the link to the two websites. Then put them then we go some. So, so there's the mockup you download. It's as simple as that. So when you come, we just have to clear the stuff that you do. So the background clears. Mostly for me, I clear the shadow too because in most of my work, I use my own shadow. I don't use a shadow for it. So, to clear the shadows, when it comes to the issues, the shadows, so those are two things. Okay, voila. So any mockup that you download, you should see this. You see your design here. So they themselves will just tell you where you're going to put your design. So you just have to open it. You design it. So double click here, then it opens and you paste your text. So ours is shout. So let's type shout. And the font will think panel. Um, the font name again. And so let's not see it. Let me try this to it. So ideally when you install the fonts, it should automatically be added to your Photoshop. But then if you can't see, then I think you have to start a function. So let's see. So anytime you install for the any font, you should be able to see the fonts immediately you search for it. But then if you can't see it, just have to restart of. So now I've taught us how to install fonts, how to download and use the mockups, right? first have to turn up the background, turn this. Then we wouldn't need the shadow. So you have to turn the shadow. Then out. Yes, yeah.
You see, you see, a pharmacist after the, you know, another day, you know, I am talking about the yes. Because I live in Nani man catching say, okay, Jaini would be some other clothes, but I'm okay somewhere, not okay, Jaini.
Miss.
All the best to them.
So after you are done, let's then you see so control plus X apply. So once you save it, you realize that the markup has been applied to it. So you don't have to do anything. You just so first you open where it says your design here. You just double click here. It's would open this point view. Then you type in whatever you want to make it. So maybe let's say it's Sunday service, anything at all. Just so that you save it. So Control plus S to save. Then voila, we are done. So it is. Wow. So okay, I think I added something to it to make it unique. So you see, it has the H has something. I don't know whether I should take you guys through it because I use another software. Those of us who have used Illustrator before, that's what I use. I think you can use you can still use this Photoshop, but then it's a little bit difficult than using Illustrator. Let's see. So let's try and do something. So you can convert the text to shapes. Okay? So when you guys click there, go to okay. Well, it's great. There you go. Convert to shape. Yeah. So you see now I have all the anchor points around it. So you can change it to anything you want. Um, let's try. Let's try. Hmm? It's not picking. Oh, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Funny.
Are you done?
Okay.
What time do you do?
From 5 to 8. Yeah. Wednesdays.
I will be doing it. Because I close around. So you have a blue ball.
Yeah.
You have a blue.
We have a few.
She just started off.
Yeah, I guess it's for our church.
Okay, church.
Church medias. I think Photoshop they have found. So
We'll finish by the end of this month.
yes. So you let's save it. Then so ideally you can import everything like this. You just have to select everything and import. But then the disadvantage is if your PC is not that strong, the software will be just heavy on it. You see, when I sent you the mockup, it's 240 megabytes. Get it. And your PC shouldn't be running like more than 500 megabytes file. Otherwise, you would be receiving that kind of message, scratch disk full, the scratch disk is full. It's because your file is too big. Okay. So it's advisable that you save it as PNG. So we save the PSC of this and also save it as PNG. So PNG means transparent background. Okay. So let's try to go to file. You come save as then PNG. Those of you who don't have this, who can see this, you see when you come here, you see I think three options. It's because you haven't turned the legacy save. So if you see that come to edit preferences file handling. Yeah, so it's here. So if this is not enabled, if you haven't ticked it, if it's like this, you won't be able to save it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's try saving it. You see you have only 4 options: Photoshop, large format, Photoshop, PDF, and TIFF. You get it. So to add the other options, you come to edit preferences, file handling, then you enable it. Okay. So then we try saving it again. So save as. See now you can see the options. You can see all the other ones. So we have to take PNG. Let's select the location. Select my here. So shout logo. Let's save. Then it's advisable to also save the PSD. Maybe you would want to change something on it. So control plus S. Shots. Logo. Right. So now we have the shouts logo. So we can start our work. So as usual, file, new. So I think we can use this 2600 by 2000. So we can enter them here. We are going to leave our resolution at 200. It's a digital flyer. So of course we are using the RGB. Then create. Yeah. So let's start with the logos. I don't have any of the logos. So we are just going to let me see if I can get what is logo. Let's see from this time. Also, it's also still here.
Yes, I mean.
Yeah, can you send me the gums logos? Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. I think you can send it to the WhatsApp page.
Okay, sure.
So let's start with. So you pick your test tool, then gums and see to come. I think the font was not right, so you don't type most right. You can get to see let's use most right. We are good. Let's reduce the size. So the size. Let me address this. I realize that some of you your tests were straight. Your test looks straight. It's from here. You see, you have this. So this controls the height, and this controls the width. You have to make sure. You have to always make sure that it's at 100%. You have to always make sure that both of them it's at 100%. Let's try something. Let me move it to like 80%. You see how the font looks like. It's not nice. It doesn't make your work look professional. You have to make sure that always your test skill rate at 100%. Okay. So, yeah. Then for the font size, we don't. Okay. So I think this will be okay. Then I'm also going to look how um the little versus all and plus but then always aligned to the left. Okay. Then think they can see the cow's bold, so like we can change from regular to bold. It's okay. Yeah. Then let's reduce the size of everything. Let's make it up here. First to small. Yes, it's fine. Yeah. So now we are done with here. Let's try creating this. So but in creating this, I'm not sure I have these pictures. So we want to repeat this. Okay. So to repeat that, so it's a shift. So if you know how to use your pen tool, you can use a pen tool to create it. But then for pen tool, it's a little bit difficult because Photoshop doesn't enable you to use most of the curve tools. Yeah, then you curve here. But then you see in Illustrator, you can curve very easy, but then in Photoshop, you have to curve it manually. That's what makes it difficult. But then there's another alternative. Can bring out shape, a rectangle shape. So when you pick it, so this will be okay. Well, let's add a curve to it. I think this is okay. Mine. So my radius is 6.6 meters. So let's make it 6. Then here's where the trick is. So you hold on, you pick your pen tool, okay? You make sure you've selected the rectangle layer. Then you pick your pen tool. So to pick your pen tool, you can click on the pen or you press on P to activate your pen tool. Then hold on Control, okay? See, when you hold on Control, you see it changes to a mouse pointer. When you hold on Control, then you select over the edge. You realize, see, this point has been selected. So you see the color here. Here is blue. Here are white. The unselected ones are white. The selected ones are blue. Yeah. Then you shift it to your left a little bit. Yes. That's it, moving. So I think this should be okay. Then leave it. Voila, you are done. Get it. So, but then those of you who know how to use Illustrator, you can actually use Illustrator to create this very easy. To show you. So you realize that sometimes you don't need only Photoshop to create a file. For me, anytime I'm creating anything in Photoshop, and I realize that whatever I'm doing, I would need I'll need to create complex shapes. I just get into Illustrator, then I use Illustrator to create. For most of the time, this shape, for instance, let me show you. This shape wasn't available in Photoshop. And this shape wasn't, I think, the you being able to control the edges. That feature wasn't available in Photoshop. So anytime I wanted to create this kind of element, I used to create them in Illustrator, then bring it to Photoshop. So let's use new file. So let me show you how easy it is to use the Illustrator to create it. So we can use our pen. So when you hold on shapes, you'll be drawing straight lines. Let's add color. Let's change the fill to. Now, when you zoom in, you should see the curves. Then when you zoom in and hold on Control, you can see that this thing. When you zoom in and hold on Control, you can see this. Okay. So this is what it's used to create the curve edges. So in Illustrator, it's very easy to create your curve edges. Let's add more to a curve. And it's very easy to get smooth curve edges too, unlike Photoshop. You see how easy it is to get a curve edges. See how easy it is to get a curve edges, but Photoshop is a little bit complex. So if you're doing anything, you can just, if you're finding it difficult to create those shapes, You can create it in Illustrator and then bring it to Photoshop. It's very easy to bring it to Photoshop too. Because Adobe, this is what makes Adobe software very unique. That's why when someone says, I'm using CorelDRAW, I'm using Canva, I'm using Affinity, and all the other softwares, Pixelab and all these stuff. Photoshop has this kind of upper hand. It has cross-platform advantages like this. You can just drag from here to Photoshop. You are done. You get it. So you don't even have to go and save it. No, you can just drag it from Illustrator to Photoshop. Same way you can drag from Photoshop to those of you who joined earlier. Ahimfo said, please, did you use the arrow keys to shift it? Yes, in Photoshop, I used the arrow keys to shift it because I wanted to move it in a straight line. You get it? When you're using the mouse, you might kind of, unless maybe you hold on the shift, but then apart from that, you might displace the position of it, the horizontal position of it. So to move it horizontally, you can use the cursor. You just have to select the 2 points, then use the cursor. Please, if you have a question, just unmute yourself and ask. Yeah. So this is the advantage of using Photoshop or Adobe softwares. You can just move from softwares. You can switch from all the Adobe to the Adobe softwares. Those of you who joined earlier, you realize that I was working in After Effects. So for After Effects, you can just copy everything and paste them in After Effects, and you're done. You're good to go. So if you want to do anything, if you want to change it, you just have to double click here. You need to open the Illustrator file and do whatever changes you want to apply. So let's say you want to change the color to black, okay, black, or let's say red. After that, when you see this, then when you come in, you see it has been applied here for us. There's advantage of Photoshop over the other softwares. So now we have this shape. We would have to insert the images, but the images I don't have them. So what you're going to do is we are going to improvise. Okay, I'm going to use some images I have. But first, let's change that color. So we can use this. I think it's okay. Then let me get to my files and see if I can get some pictures. So I think I have some editing pictures here. So I'm just using the picture. It's not like let's see if we get a picture at all we can use. Maybe we should get now let's have service. Yes. Let's use a picture. Let's do this. Also, please, have you sent the shout PST? Okay, I think I sent it. I will extract. Let me extract the picture from here.
Yeah, I've sent it to. If counts how many? I think the second one is still still in the process.
Okay. Great. This will be very so. These are the images. You can see that. So this is the image. Okay. So this is the image that we created, but then the image we blended two images. Okay. Then we created a smart object. There's a smart object. So when you open a smart object, it takes you to where the images are. So these are the two images. So let me clear the masking. Disable mask. Disable mask. Okay, it's three images. So I use these three images. You get it? So we use these three images. I would send you guys the images. Let's see. I can also put everything together. Change the blending to normal. So these are the images I used. Let's bring them to finish. So to bring images, as I showed you, there's drag and drop. You have to select the image, then drag. Okay. So these are the three images I used. Okay. So let's put this people here. This here. These. So let's arrange them in this way on. This way on top. Then we start with the blending. So let's first reduce the opacity of this. So let's reduce it a little bit. Yeah. So now we can go to luminosity. Then we mask it to the shape. So you mask it to the shape. So I showed you a shortcut to mask, to clip mask it to the shape. You hold on Alt, then you bring the cursor in between the two layers. You get it. So you will see, you realize that the cursor changes. Yeah. Then you click, voila. Or you guys click, go to create the mask. Then let's work on this one. So let's blend this one to the background. So same, we're using luminosity for that one too. But then you realize that it's causing, it's kind of blending with this. See, it's conflicting with this one. So what you'll do is to clear this portion. So you're going to clear this portion of the image, okay, so that it doesn't conflict with the one on top of it. Okay, so let's first reduce the size. Then we select that layer, that image layer. Then we mask. So to mask, we click on this. See, the third two on the tab. So there's the mask. So when we click on it, well, there's the white thing. And last week I taught you guys the difference between the white and the black, right? So if you want to clear any aspect of the mask, you use the black. If you want to bring in any aspect of the mask, you use the white. So you want to clear, so you're going to use the black. Then you choose a brush. So let's reduce the size. Then you brush. Now can you see that? You see now. Can you see the transformation now? Yeah. Then let's mask this. Let's get mask sticks to it. You see, so now we are done with this. We are done with this aspect. So let's add this. See, we're going to use luminosity. Then for the conflicting, we are going to clear this aspect of the image that conflicts with this image. Okay. So see, the masking has been moving activity. So we just have to pick up brush. Then you start clearing. I think this one, no, let's check for your plan. I think we used another. Okay. No.
Hey, the parents are going. What did you say?
Okay, the question is that. I mean, okay, the fill wasn't a solid color. You see, we use a solid color, but the fill here is a gradient. So let's change the fill to a gradient. Let's change here to Let's go here to very down. Now it is. Okay. Then let's mask it to the shape. So yeah. And let's blend here to the back. So to blend in, you pick your mask, you click your brush, then blend. Okay. And now see where the color is coming from. We haven't removed the background of this image. That's right. So let's try removing the background. Let's try this with the then we go to remove background. We can brush in a little bit of the one in the background. So if you want to bring in part of this one, you just have to change the color to white. So I think it's okay. Then we will do the same. Brush. So it's so I think this is okay. Yeah. So we see now we have the gum tool, then this part. Now let's bring in the presents. The presents is an image, okay? So I don't know how we can go and search for it. So let me just bring it in for you. Yeah. So then we add the drop shadow to it. Then you enter the present. So the present is a text. So it's like this one. So extract. Okay. And next time we use here, we use lowercase. Yeah, storage keyboard. Use the beats for sound. It's so change it color to white. And we make sure that it's centered. So to center it, can select both layers. So this the present layer, then this layer. Then we use this to center it. Yeah. Then let's bring in the chart. remember that we've already created a shout, so let's to our files and bring their shout. Let's go. But just follow this thing. Let's use it like that. So it sounds logo. Let's write it 2025. Australia. This one. Then you use the track. I hope I'm not moving too fast. This is being recorded, so after the lesson, I'll send you the recorded version, so you don't worry if I'm moving too fast. But then, if you have any question, you can still ask. Yeah. So we need a little bit. See. Voila. So yeah, then we come to the thing. Oh, we didn't know these phones. This is since those of you, those of us who don't sense of. So let's download that first. I think I have it in my Photoshop already. Oops. Yes. Hmm. Yes, if I think I have it already. So, yeah, I have it. So there's a name of phones. So I would add it to the page. I've added it to the page. So yeah, and that kind of was wrong. It was scented. It shouted to the lesson page. Then we draw the shape. So same how I showed you how to draw this, the same thing. That's how you draw it. So we pick a pen tool. So let's use the shape tool first. So if those of us who took our math class, you think it's math ability, either of them. So if it's there's a whole rectangle, you get it. There's a whole rectangle. Then we added a trapezium to it. And we know trapezium is a combination of rectangle, then a triangle, right? So can pick our rectangle, then we draw the rectangle first. After that, we'll draw another rectangle. You see? Then we'll add a triangle. So to add a triangle for me, I'll use a pen tool to do it to make it faster. So just click on this once. Voila, we are done. Okay. So these are three different shapes. This a rectangle, this so the rectangle, another rectangle for the smaller one. Then the triangle, we created the paint. So for the paint, you just have to be clicking. We'll be clicking on just a point. Okay. So for the triangle, you just have to be clicking on the point. You click here, you click here. At this point, you have to make sure that it's there. So if you just have to zoom in and make sure that it's here, it's at the point. Then you click here, you click here. Voila, you are done. So now to combine all the shapes, you can select everything, then hit on Ctrl plus E. You see, now the shape has been combined. You select all the shapes. So shape 1, the rectangle, 3, rectangle, 2, then hit on Ctrl plus E. It merges all the shapes for you. Or you select them. So you select all of them. Then you come to sorry. Yeah. So you come to layer, then you come to combine shapes. Okay. So you come to, I think this thing, we learned it in Paint. Those of us who took our ICT class seriously, I think we learned it in Paint. In Paint, you see unite, subtract, unite shapes and overlap, then subtract. We're going to use unite. So it combines everything for us. You see. So I've showed you 2 ways of going around this. So you can select everything, hit on Ctrl plus E to merge everything for you. Or you select everything, then you come to layer, you get to combine shapes, then you click on unite shapes. All of them would get us to this end. Yeah. So now we have this shape. Then I think this shape for our shape. So the theme is let form into its presence. Let's type the fourth is the size a little bit. Change the size again. So let's make it like 15. Which is to big. Let's make it like 10. Intentions. Okay. I consider this part. Let's reduce it to 12. Yeah, it looks good. Then we add the reference. So for the reference, some 16 decimal. Then we give the size, something. Things to keep. Okay. So now let's get back. Let's change the color. Okay. The reason I didn't tackle the color first was because you see, it's the combination of multiple shapes. So if you give this one a color and you don't give the same colors to all of them, whereas immediately you combine, it takes another color different from whatever color you selected. So I didn't want us to stress. So now we can actually change the color. Let's pick something. Let me see if I have small. So let's reduce this one. So this one will do. Bring this will do. So you have to center this. To center everything, you have to first highlight everything. Control plus G to. Now let's name this. You know, some of us don't like naming our layers. I personally don't like naming my layers. But then naming it makes your job easier when you are trying to find your stuff. Get it. But then we've selected multiple. Let me see. Yeah, so now it's in the middle. Let's check the theme also. It's also in the middle. So we are good to go. So we are left with now we have to start with it. We have to add the pictures. So let's draw the shapes first. So we have rounded rectangle here, another rounded rectangle here, and another rounded rectangle here. So let's draw them. Don't really have those size to it. Just make sure that it's proportional. Okay. So I think you can use 6 another ones. For uniformity sickness, use 6. Then you copy. So to copy, you can hold on Alt. See, I'm showing you shortcuts. So the shortcut makes your job a little bit easier. Where to copy all your stuff. So when you hold on Alt, your Alt key, you see the cursor changes. There's a white cursor that gets behind the black cursor on your screen. You get it. So hold on Alt, you click, and drag. If you want to drag it in a straight line, you just have to be holding on your shifts. So now I'm dragging a straight line. Get it. No matter where I move the cursor, it would still go straight. So I think this will be okay. Yeah. Then let's add the other shape. So can use this. Let's change the radius. This is okay. Then you can see this element in it. I actually created them. Yeah, because when I was doing this thing, I don't know where I got that inspiration from, but then I just wanted the background to look different. So when you pick the layer, okay, I think we don't have a layer. Let me see for you. I want to open the layer. And you can see it's a shape. So you can see from here that it's a shape, right? Yeah. So let's get back to our arts work. So now we are just creating any shape. So it's just some random shape, okay? It's some random shape. So when you pick your pen tool, okay, make sure that your fill it's on no color. Okay, make sure your fill is on no color. Then you'll need the stroke. Then we increase the stroke a little bit. Let's see, it's 17. Okay, when you start drawing, you know whether the stroke is okay or not. So let's click. Then click here. You click. I guess it's just a zigzag design that you are doing. Okay, just a zigzag design. You don't have any formula in doing that. Anything at all. Then let's increase the size. So you see. I think 35 will be okay. Yeah, you see. Then through another one. So these two shapes. Then you must add to a shape to the shape, this shape. So you hold on. You select them. You select both shapes. Then you make sure that it's on this. The shape beneath it. Okay. You make sure that it's so. I think I have to move these two lines. Okay. Okay, so this is the shape. These are the lines. So now you can click mask. So when you hold on Alt, it clears the masking, clears the excess shape. Then you mask this one too. Voila. So now let's change the color of the shape. This should also in this one shape. This one in this one. So let's delete the other one. Then duplicate everything. No, it's still left with something. There's some blowing. You see that the edge glows. The edge of the stroke is blowing, right? So to achieve that, let me see. So when you come to inner glow, then let's increase the size. So let's move the size. Then we change the color to yellow. Okay. Now we can copy that to the other one. Voila. So now we are done with this. Let's change. Hold on shapes and odds and yeah. So if duplicating the shape, let's change the color. So we can save this color then apply to. I think I would want to change the direction of this. Yeah. Now let's bring in the image. Also, Let's check whether he's done. Okay, the other file is still saying it. Let's see if we can get their images from online. Okay. So yes, let's see if we can get their images from online. So yeah, images. Oh, I said yeah, I can get this one. Okay, so I can. So I think I graded the image. So it's the same image. Let me check my WhatsApp and see. I get the image. So please, at this point, if you have any question, you can ask. Okay. Um, I think I've seen the before. So these are the images. So we have to reduce the background. We have to remove the background rather, sorry. So to remove the background, I've told you how to remove the background already, so I'm not going to take too much time. So I think we did a little bit of grading. So let's try clamping it a little bit now. So you have to first make sure that you've selected this part and not the mask. Okay. You've selected this part and go to filter, go to camera raw. So camera raw works just like Lightroom. Actually, it's camera raw that they developed into Lightroom. So it's the same thing. Just that Lightroom has some features that camera raw doesn't have. So let's increase sharpening. Let's increase the exposure. Let's switch is the black. Let's add a little bit of texture to the clarity. Then sharpen noise, color noise. Then it's okay. So I think this one is okay. Then let's mask it to the shape. So please pay attention to the masking, okay? Do this. So please let's pay attention to the masking, okay? Here it gets a little bit shaky. So this is what we're going to do. You see the lower part of the image, okay? The lower part of the image has been masked to the shape behind it, right? But then the upper part hasn't been masked. Oh, so what we did was to create two layers of the image, okay? Then I would mask the one beneath it to the this shape. Then with the other layer, I just have to clear this from it. So let me show you how I did it. Let's use a size. Then now let's duplicate the image. Control+G. So to duplicate, Control+G, or when you click on here, you click on the layer, then you add. And see now I have double layers here. Or Control+G. Then the one beneath it, we are going to mask it to the shape. Okay. So I think I have to move it to the elements where the element is. This is so let me mask it. So now this is what I'm talking about. So you see, if masked this image to a shape, we've masked it to a shape already. So you see, it has taken the form of the shape. Then for the head to come out, there are I think 3 ways of doing it, but then let's use this one. We enable it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to erase this shape, this part of the image. You're just going to clear this part of the image. But then the reason you wouldn't see that it has been cleared is because you see we've placed the image this layer on top of this. So you try duplicating it. Okay, so let me show you. So let's pick our eraser. Right, this one we're going to use paper eraser. Then clear. You see now you can see now you see it's just like this. But then this actually what you've done. You see, because of the eraser we applied, you see we are clearing. But then the reason we can't see it when we turn it on is because this image is exactly on this. So even though we've cleared that part, but you can't see it. Right. So this is very easy to do. Then this was a brush we just added. So we just added a brush with some. So we pick a brush. We'll put the brush. Let's give it a little bit. We pick the yellow color. We picked it already. Then let's put a layer on top of it. Let's brush it too. So let's change the color. Okay. This solo color too. Okay. Turn this on okay. This one blue. So with this one, with this, when you try to clip mask, it will clip mask to this one. Get it? And also when you try to move the layer down, you realize that it will show the difference. You get it? So when you try to clip mask it to still show. So it's either we are going to clear these parts. I'm going to clear it up to maybe you see we just need this head. We just need this part. So you can clear it like this part. Okay. Or so let me show you that one. Let's do that one. So you can do this. Okay. So when you turn, see when you turn, the limits just the neck. So you can do this. Or let's go. This. You pick the shape, this shape, the one beneath it. Then you hold on control. So you hold on, you select the shape, you hold on your control. So when you hold on your control, your cursor change, check here. You can see that your cursor has changed. See now some dotted edge rectangle has been added to your cursor. Yeah. So when you hold on it, then you click. Now can you see the selection? Some dotted rectangle. So it means that you have selected it. Then we select this layer and mask. Voila. So these are the two ways to go to be able to achieve this. So I think there's the same we are going to do to the other one. So let's bring in the image. So we rasterize the layer, then remove the background. Then let's send the image to camera raw and add a little bit of touches to it. So go to camera raw. So when you see this, it means we didn't select the image. We rather selected the mask. That's why we are seeing this. So just have to go back, then select the image. We've selected this, that's why you saw that black stuff. So when you select this, when you select the image, then you go to filter and go to camera. You see. So we are going to use the black. I think exposure will be okay. I'm going to add texture. I'm going to add clarity. I'm going to add sharpening. I'm going to add. I'm going to influence. So this is okay. So let's reduce this size. So anytime you are designing, please make sure that your images look proportional. Unless maybe you are trying to create some illusion. If you're not creating any illusion, you have to make sure that your images look proportionally okay. You know that this image looks smaller than this. So if you clip mask, although you've clip masked the image into a shape, but then it's willing to make it look nice. Make sure that your images look proportionally the same. So it's okay. Then, so the same thing, we're going to mask it to the shape. So now to move it to its relative shape. So the shape is okay. So you can mask it. Then you duplicate the shape today. You pick our eraser and we clear all the other parts that we don't need. So, yeah, voila. Then let's bring in this. So we can copy this. So let's bring this one. So we're almost through. Then you 100%, then they are able to get this. I think they're almost right. No, it's not. No, let's let's change the color to some. Let's make it like 5. 5 or 6, let's say 6. Then let's turn this on. This. Then so you see with this, you can if you have your contextual bar, can do this. Or when you come here, just enter 90 degrees. Okay, negative 90. Check. And it's like, wow, it's too. So it's not just like this. Then let's sometime it's to shape. Then let's add the guest messages new. So EF star can sound. Then stable. So EF star can sound. But then the EF star we use the AM. It's yeah. So our mouth fits our mouth file. So then it's out. It's too good. It's I think it's okay. Then we copy the scene. So we change this here to AC. Change here to so then we move to down here, ministry. So see, so the rest is just repetition. I think we've done almost 80% of the job. The rest is just repetition. So ministry comes to choir. Then that's time. Then mass drama. Then RPDC. So we change the ministry to the normal file. Background change. Voila. See, we're almost done. Then the data and stuff. So wow, it's almost 7. Like 7 already. So let me add that to we end here. So let's change the color to brown. So let's use language. And let's add the other shape. Rounded rectangle. Let's change. This one was a little bit deeper. So some breathing. August 2025. Let's change it to Oh, let's use wood. It's so regular. Wow. Yeah, I think it goes on there. Very Chinese office. Then we go on to add the other ones. So 5 p.m. from that's we come with this. This one gold. Then the color to white. So no part. So we can choose this. Then locations. They add the stay the icons and when you can pick it from here. This is a bit linked. This is linked. So I've already taught you how to download the icons. You can follow the same procedure to download the icons. So I think now you are done with almost 80%. So it's left with the background. So for the background, I think did I create it? So I don't know whether I created the background. But then you can create them. You can create the background yourself. Or better still, you can go online, then just search for. Let's even use my Pinterest account. Let me open a Pinterest. So so I'm showing you how to download backgrounds if you can create yours. So we can go and just type in shallow, shallow, blue, and white bar. You get a lot of yellow and white background, and you pick the one that would make your work look okay. You can pick this. Can go to, let's see if can use this. So you can there are lots of them. You can use this. I think this is what I used. I don't know. I don't really remember the background. It's either I create most of my works, I create them myself. But then you can use any background at all. You don't necessarily have to be fixed. So let's pick something. Let's pick something and use. So you can pick this one. Let's copy. Then we paste. Control plus fix. Voila. So let's do this. Back. Let's make sure it's the last layer. See, you are done. But then see the color, this color, the yellow here looks a little bit odd. So you can add some color to it. So you can go to, I think, color balance. Yeah, color balance. Then we balance the color out so we can add more wood. The yellow is okay. We can add more wood. I can show you more to this one. Okay, something inside. So you can put it to more wood. Shadow. Then, so mask, pick our brush to repeat the signs and symbols. Make sure that it's black. Then brush off so you can get that white. Yes. Then I'm just showing you simple ways of creating background. So for me, mostly for my artwork, I would finish my design before I touch my background because I know back can do something about it easily. So I've pasted another one. I'm just going to rotate that one. So control press. So let's mirror it. Then let's mirror it up. Then I'll reduce the fill. Let's make something like it's not okay. Let's make it like let me put my brush, then brush the bit. Then voila, our work is done. Yeah. So this is the end of the tutorials. I would send you the recorded version tomorrow. Yeah. And so if you have any kind of question, you can ask if you're to now close. Please say any question. Please, do you have any question? Okay, so I guess there's no question. So we can close now. So we have up to Sunday to recreate this flyer. So we will meet on Friday. Then Friday we would recreate this in a slower version. Okay. Yeah. So see you on Friday. Bye bye.